Hello, welcome. I'm Maria McMahon. I'm a British certified therapist and I work with men and women to help them to heal from narcissistic abuse. So today I'm going to talk about something that comes up so often with the people I work with and the people in my support groups in Facebook, and that is trauma bonding. Victims of narcissistic abuse are often asked why they went back to a narcissist. Why, when the relationship was so abusive and toxic, do they keep going back? And you've probably asked yourself that question too. But the reason is, of course, due to trauma bonding, which occurs as a result of these ongoing cycles of abuse in which intermittent reinforcement of reward and punishment creates these powerful emotional bonds that are very difficult to break. Now, trauma bonding, you might have heard, it's often referred to as Stockholm Syndrome, and it's named after this very famous botched bank heist that happened in Stockholm in Sweden, where the hostages formed these powerful bonds with their captors and ultimately they refused to testify against them when it came to court. You know, it's extraordinary. Now, when the love bombing happens with a narcissist, it creates a rush of happy chemicals in your brain, and you can get addicted to those pretty fast. And it's why the trauma bond is so powerful and can be so hard to break, even when you've been abused and discarded. And I'm going to share in this one 5 tips with you today on what you can do to help break the trauma bond. And in the next video after this one, I'll share 4 more tips with you. So do stick with me if you are struggling with trauma bonding, okay? So number 1 is, and I know you've probably heard it before if you've been, dealing with narcissistic abuse recovery for any length of time, but number 1, absolutely vital, is go no contact. This is completely and utterly crucial for your sanity and your healing. No matter how hard it is at first, and it will be, you have to do it. Cut all contact with the narcissist in your life. Block them and block everybody you know who knows them. If you don't do this, you're leaving yourself wide open to temptation and to being hoovered back in again and to just more and more heartache and abuse. Now, number 2 is hit pause in your head. When you start feeling all dewy-eyed about the love you're craving and missing, hit an imaginary pause button in your head and then change your position. If you're sitting down, stand up. If you're standing up, sit down. If you're doing something, stop doing it. Get up and walk away, walk around, okay? This creates a pattern interrupt in your brain and it helps you to stop letting your thoughts rule you. But then you're going to do the next part, which is also tip number 3. So tip number 3 is recall the reality. So now with that button on pause, you bring to mind the reality of what the relationship has or had become. Recall with as much detail as you can how badly this person has hurt you. Now, if you had a really traumatic, abusive event with that person, I don't mean to recall that because you don't want to re-traumatize yourself. I'm talking about just general things, Just think about incidences of when they belittled you or, they let you down, they lied to you, they cheated, they gaslit you, they projected on you, all of those types of things, whatever they might have done. Think about those and just remember how you felt each time and really focus on those feelings just for a few minutes. Then the next step you move into is to ask yourself if you really want to go back to that reality. Ask yourself if someone who really loved you would do that to a person they really loved. And think about what love really is. What does love really mean to you when you get down to the core of it? What I'd also suggest, you don't have to do this, but I would suggest it, is to journal on this, and you don't have to write War and Peace. You just scribble down what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and ask yourself why you're so desperate and willing to accept breadcrumbs from someone who's incapable of treating you with love and respect. So just write down your thoughts and see what you can come up with. Now, this exercise can bring up some deep and profound revelations for you that will help you to get a deeper understanding of yourself, and then you can work on those issues going forward. And it may be that you realize you need to get professional help, you need a therapist, so absolutely consider that. And if you'd like to talk to me, I am a therapist, so by all means reach out to me and we'll set something up. So now number 5 of the 9 tips is literally move. Get out and about and do things. Take long walks. Go to the gym or the cinema or the shopping mall. Just get out and about rather than staying put at home and wallowing in misery, checking your phone every 5 minutes in the hope that they might have messaged you, or spending all your time going over old pictures or whatever, yeah? So do whatever it takes to get yourself out of that situation and make yourself a priority. Make yourself feel better and do things for yourself every single day. And this is part of self-care, and self-care is absolutely critical, and you have to focus on yourself and take the focus away from them. So think about those short but powerful tips, go over them again so you can write them all down, and then join me for the next video. But I've got 4 more tips for you that will help you with breaking the trauma bond. So come back soon. I will see you, and thank you for joining me, and see you soon. Bye for now.